I keep like floundering with my words because I don't know how to just accurately describe how impactful this book was to me. It's been a really long time since I put down a book and spent countless hours after finishing it and putting it down, thinking about it and talking to my boyfriend in depth about it and writing in-depth notes about it. It's been a really, really long time since a book has done that to me, but Big Friendship by Aminatou Sow and Anne Friedman did just that. I took such in-depth notes in this notebook I stole from Allison. Shout out Allison, sorry for stealing your notebook, hee. FBI, open up! This is the summer of beautiful, colorful book covers, and I'm fully here for it. This book has really made me reevaluate not just my friendships, but just myself as a person and as a friend. It just gave such a deep and personal look about friendship, and they talked about friendship not only from their own like friendship experiences, but they also conducted interviews with researchers about friendship and talked to like therapists about relationships. Friendships are some of, if not the most prominent relationships in our lives, and they don't get the attention they deserve, which is what this book really highlights and tries to shine light on. Like, hey guys, like look, like friendship, like we need to be talking about it more. They talk about like the emotional turmoil that friendships can cause and how, you know, you think, oh, if your friend is causing you like emotional turmoil, maybe that's a little dramatic, but you know, if your friend is causing you to feel anything but happy, just drop them. But it's like, we don't say that about relationships, and I really appreciate how they highlighted like we went to therapy for our friendship. This friendship put us in therapy together, like couples therapy. It's so easy to fall into the trap of like, well, this person is like annoying me, I don't want to be their friend anymore, so I'm just gonna ghost. Guilty of doing that. I'll admit it, I've been a bad friend. This book has made me realize like I've been a bad friend, but there are also ways to make myself a better friend. This isn't like a book like, alright, here's like the top 10 tips on how to be the best friend you can be. It talks about the hardship of friendship, and I really appreciate that. I'm just gonna cover like a few different topics that they go over. I don't want to like overshadow like the author's voices in any way. I'm just trying to summarize and analyze, I guess, in my own voice and try to convince you guys like to go buy this freaking book right now because it is so good. A little bit of background about Anne and Aminatou Sow. They have a podcast together actually called Call Your Girlfriend. They talk a lot about like long distance friendships because they are long distance friends. Oh, another podcast that I cannot recommend enough with Anne and Aminatou. They're just in one episode of it. It's the Maria Furlow podcast. I'll link it. In that episode, they talk about the book and they go into detail about some of the things that they talk about in the book, which I really like. And it's also a good podcast, you know, if you're someone that's like, I know I'm not gonna read this book, but I would love to like learn more about what's in it. That's a great podcast to listen to, and really just like Call Your Girlfriend as well is a great one. You know, if you're not like a reader, I get it. We're not all readers, it's all good.
Which brings me to my sponsor of this video, Audible.
I'm just kidding, not yet. Audible, hit me up. Just to dive in and just expose myself a little bit, let's start with the juiciest topic of this book, to me at least. The low drama mama mask that I put on. They talk about how they refer to themselves as low drama mamas, which is essentially saying like, girl, we're low key, like we're not gonna have any drama here, super chill, just good vibes only, which they do. They are very much so good vibe gals, and I would consider myself a good vibe gal as well. But when the friendship starts to have rough patches, neither of them addresses it. Neither of them feels comfortable or confident enough to address the negative feelings that they're feeling. That's kind of like, would rather just like not talk to you at all than talk about this. What they realize after like going to therapy and stuff is how freaking vital communication is to everything. They use the low drama mama as almost a mask, like, oh, I'm low drama, but in reality to them it was like, I'm just like, I'm not gonna confront anything, including their own emotions. What up, emotionally unstable, non-confrontational squad? Like, I'm low drama, aka like, I'm just not gonna like, I'm not gonna bring that up.
I wanted to reiterate a point that I didn't really touch on that much. When I say that they didn't confront anything, I like mean anything that was like hurting their feelings in the relationship. They didn't want to like confront their emotions that were occurring within the relationship. Even when like they felt like the friendship was having problems, the low drama mama mask was put up and used as like, well, I don't want to like bring up any of these problems because I'm low drama. So they just wanted it to be all sunshines and rainbows and almost in turn like toxic positivity, which is no bueno. And communication is everything in this case. They talk a little bit too about how like the perspective is everything. Everyone has different perspectives on things. Because they didn't communicate, because they had the mask up of low drama mama, they didn't communicate their feelings and they didn't understand each other's perspectives.
And that's me, a non-confrontational bitch. My moon is Cancer, okay? It's not my fault. Another really important part of this book and a really great chapter is the chapter I Don't Shine If You Don't Shine, and they talk about the shine theory, and I'm gonna have a bunch of stuff linked down below about the shine theory because they do a much better job of explaining it and giving great examples, and they have all sorts of like fun resources about it. The shine theory essentially is I don't shine if you don't shine. Our friends shining bright doesn't dim our light. Your light gets brighter as your friend's light gets brighter, and I really fucking love that.
We live in a society
where social media and all these things like take over our lives, and it's so easy to get caught up in like, oh my god, like my friend's picture got like 30 comments and like 200 likes, but like my little picture over here can't even get like 100. The shine theory is definitely something that I have been trying to apply to my life a lot more since reading this book. I'm someone who definitely has felt like jealous of my friends instead of being happy for them. Like happy for them, but then it's like, oh my god, I'm also a little jealous, and it's just my freaking ego getting in the way, and it's freaking social media, and it's freaking just constantly comparing yourself to others and having these unrealistic expectations because we have people like the Kardashians and all these celebrities that all of their stuff is fake. And I know it's so easy to say that, and it's easy to like talk about it and, you know, even remember it, but then when you're on social media and you're actually looking at it, it's like, but it's right there. Like, I know it's fake, but also it's right there, and millions of people are saying like, oh, you're so beautiful, oh, you're so this, and like they're not saying it to me. It's understandable to get jealous. It's literally like a natural instinct, and that's something they talk about too. I love how they said feeling jealousy doesn't take away from your progress. It's not a failure of the shine theory, it's how you act on it. You can feel jealous. Obviously, if you feel like really jealous and it's like eating away at you, like that's a whole different thing, and like we gotta talk about that later in therapy, sis. I'm sis. If you see the Instagram post or whatever and you see it got like 500 likes and 1,000 comments and you're like, oh my god, like I wish. But then you still like comment on it yourself or like text your friend individually and you're like, you're so beautiful, like you look so poppin' in that pic, then that's the success of the shine theory. This book definitely helps you kind of look at the surface of things as well. Like the shine theory, it's like I wouldn't be talking about my ego or like thinking about like jealousy as much as I am now if it hadn't been for reading about the shine theory. I really appreciate like how much this book has made me reevaluate myself, because change is necessary. We're constantly evolving human beings. This world is constantly evolving and changing, and it's totally normal for us to change with it, and it's just how we take those changes and how we present ourselves and how we care about and treat other people. And that's on period. Last but not least, I want to talk about the stretch. They talk about this extensively in a whole chapter in the book, but this is something I think about a lot because I feel like I'm in friendships where I I'm giving a 9. I perceive myself as giving a 9. I've talked about this with Tyler extensively. It's like one of those things where it's like, I think I'm giving a 9, but it feels to me like the other person is giving like a 4. But then it's like a paradox, because it's like, well, I feel like I'm giving a 9 because I'm me, you know? Like, I feel that way, but like the other person might feel like they're giving a 9 and I'm giving a 4, because it's just all about our perception. And that's where communication is so important, because your perceptions are so different. The stretch is essentially the give and take of relationships, and like how much you're giving, how much you're taking, how much you're being given, how much is being taken from you. And I love the way they describe like why they call it the stretch. I'm not gonna describe it because that's for them to describe if you like want to read the book, which you should. Wow, I really wanted this to be a well thought out analysis and I feel like it's not, but that's okay. I really just want you guys to like read the book, and I would love to talk about the book with anyone. Like if you guys want to read it and like have a little book club, I'd love to have a little book club. You guys want to have a book club? I want to have a book club. If you want to have a book club, leave a comment down below and let's like connect. What I've learned from Big Friendship is that I have problems with communication and I really need to work on those. And I also learned that like through filming this video, because I've had a really hard time communicating my thoughts and feelings about this book, and I just have a hard time with that in general. So look at what this book is making me realize in all different ways, not just reading the book but also like talking to you guys. Like, wow, look at me go. I'm gonna go text my friends now. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to, you can like and subscribe if you like it. Check out all the resources I have linked down below, and have a great day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you. Bye.
Missing someone.